Gryasel from South Africa in SMSA is fourth. Best lap is a 1:02.873. James Leach JNR in SMSA is P5. Best lap is a 1:38.376. Brendan Gryasel in SMSA is P4. Best lap is a 1:02.111. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Wayne Mitten from South Africa in Dutsentijkeer is P6. Ernest Heather from South Africa is second. Mike McDear from Ireland is fourth. Willie Van Wyk from Namibia is 11th. Best lap is a 1:02.984. Wayne Mitten is P6. Best lap is a 1:02.114. Willie Van Wyk in SMSA is P11. Mike McDear in SMSA is P4. Best lap is a 1:02.288. Willy van Wyk from Namibia in SCO LRS is 11th. Janine Glad from South Africa is 8th. Tommy Glad from South Africa is 9th. Wayne Mitten is P6. Five minutes remaining in the session. Tommy Glad is 9th. Mike McGeer from Ireland is 4th. Best lap is a 1:01.989. Rainier Leach from South Africa is 27th. Best lap is a 1:02.729. Willy van Wyk is P11. Mike McGeer is 4th. The qualification session is at 2009 layout in Nuremberg, Germany. The wind speed is 10 km/h from the northeast. James Leach JNR from South Africa is P9. Chantal de Jager from Namibia in Groenendaal is 4th. Rainier Leach from South Africa is P14. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa is first. Brendan Gryasel is up 15.53 in Dutzend Care. Brendan Gryasel improved his P1 with a 102.747. James Leach JNR is provisional pole with a 101.488. Rainier Leach is P12. Rainier Leach improved his fourth with a 104.950. 3.462 off pole. Brendan Gryasel in SCO LRS is fifth up 0.20. Brendan Gryasel improved his fourth with a 101.958. 0.470 off pole. Willie Van Wyk from Namibia is P11 up 0.87. Willie Van Wyk improved his 10th with a 102.556. 1.068 off pole. Janine Vlad from South Africa is fifth. Janine Vlad improved his P3 with a 101.681. 0.193 off pole. Brendan Gryasel in Dutzend Care is P5 up 0.11. Chantal de Jager is 12th up 0.22. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is P6 up 0.23. Five minutes remaining in the session. Peter Geldenhuis improved his P2 with a 101.650. 0.162 off pole. Rainier Leach in Dutzend Care is P7 up 0.52. Rainier Leach is provisional pole with a 101.152. Wayne Mitten from South Africa is 10th. Wayne Mitten improved his 8th with a 102.120. 0.968 off pole. Peter Geldenhuis is P3. Peter Geldenhuis improved his P2 with a 101.375. .223 off pole. James Leach JNR in Dutsen Tike Care is P3 up 0.40. James Leach JNR improved is P2 with a 101.240. .088 off pole. Tommy Glad from South Africa is P4. Tommy Glad improved is 4th with a 102.366. 1.214 off pole. Chantal de Jager in SCO LRS is 12th up 0.43. Brendan Griesel in Grundig Care is P7. Jacques Potgieter from Namibia in Grundig Care is 9. Brendan Griesel is P7 up 0.10. Peter Geldenhuis in Grundig Care is 4th. Wayne Mitten in Dutsen Tike Care is P8 up 0.13. Brendan Griesel in Grundig Care is P7. Peter Grobler in Grundig Care is 5th. Tommy Glad in Grundig Care is 4th. Best lap is a 102.366. 1.214 off pole. Janine Glad in SCO LRS is P6 up 0.11. Ernest Heather from South Africa in Grundig Care is 2nd. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Rainier Leach in Grundig Care is P1. Willy Van Wyck is 11th. Willy Van Wyck improved is 11th with a 102.437. 1.285 off pole. Rainier Leach is P1. Best lap is a 101.152. Mike McPeer from Ireland in Grundig Care is P3. Peter Grobler is 5th up 0.48. Peter Grobler is up 0.40 in Dutzendteig care. Peter Grobler improved is fourth with a 101.370. 0.218 off pole. The race session is at 2009 layout in Nuremberg, Germany. The wind speed is 12 km/h from the northeast. Rainier Leach is P1. James Leach JNR from South Africa is P2. Mike McGeer from Ireland is P3. Peter Grobler is P4. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is 5th. Janine Glad from South Africa is P6. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa is 7th. Race start. Johnny Geldenhuis from Italy is P10. Chantal de Jager from Namibia is 12. Peter Grobler is 4th. Brendan Gryasel is 7th. Chantal de Jager is P12. Chantal de Jager is now 11th. Peter Geldenhuis in Grundig is 13th, 0.4 behind Leon. Brendan Gryasel is P9, 0.4 ahead of Janine Glad. Peter Geldenhuis is 13th, 0.1 ahead of Leon. Brandon Gryasel is P9. Brandon Gryasel passed Janine Glad for 8th. Janine Glad is P9, 0.1 behind Brandon Gryasel. Mike McGeer in SCO LRS on lap 3 is 3rd, 0.1 behind Johnny Geldenhuis. James Leach JNR in Dutsen Care is 5th, 0.2 behind Johnny Geldenhuis. Wayne Mitten from South Africa is 6th, 0.2 behind James Leach JNR. Wayne Mitten is now P5. Janine Glad in Grundigkeer is P8. Best lap is a 1:03.382. 1.875 off the fastest lap. Leon from South Africa is 12, 0.1 ahead of Willy van Wyk. Leon was 1.8 faster last lap. Mike McGeer is 13th, 0.4 behind Leon. Jacques Potgieter from Namibia is 6th. Brandon Gryasel is 8th, 0.3 behind Janine Glad. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is P10, 0.1 behind Chantal de Jager. Peter Geldenhuis was 1.2 faster last lap. Brandon Gryasel is 8th, 0.2 behind Janine Glad. Jacques Potgieter is P6, 0.3 behind Wayne Mitten. Willy van Wyk from Namibia is 13th, 0.2 behind Leon. Leon was 1.3 faster last lap. Brandon Gryasel on lap 6 is P8, 0.2 ahead of Janine Glad. Willy van Wyk is P13, 0.5 behind Leon. Brandon Gryasel is P8, 0.2 ahead of Janine Glad. Brandon Gryasel is now 7th. Willy van Wyk on lap 7 is P13, 0.2 behind Leon. Brandon Griesel in SCO LRS is P7, 0.4 ahead of Janine Glad. Mike McGeer is P11, 0.3 behind Chantal de Jager. Brandon Griesel is P7, 0.4 ahead of Janine Glad. Brandon Griesel passed Janine Glad for 6th. Janine Glad from South Africa in Grundigkeer is 7th, 0.2 behind Brandon Griesel. Wayne Mitten is P10. Ernest Heather entering the pits is P23. Brandon Griesel is 6th, 0.3 behind Jacques Potgieter. Chantal de Jager exiting pits. Ernest Heather exiting pits. Brandon Griesel is now P7, Chantal de Jager is P11. Chantal de Jager is now P13. Willy van Wyk in Grundigkeer is 10th, 0.3 ahead of Janine Glad. Janine Glad in SCO LRS is 9th, 0.1 behind Willy van Wyk. Peter Geldenhuis is 6th, 0.4 behind Jacques Potgieter. Peter Grobler in SCO LRS is 2nd, 0.4 behind Rainier Leach. Janine Glad on lap 10 is P11, 0.2 behind Brandon Griesel. Peter Geldenhuis is 6th, 0.3 behind Jacques Potgieter. Peter Geldenhuis was 0.8 faster last lap. Jacques Potgieter is P6, 0.1 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Peter Grobler is 2nd. Best lap is a 1:01.344. 0.112 off the fastest lap. The leader has just finished the race. Peter Grobler finished 2nd. Rainier Leach finished 1st. James Leach JNR finished 3rd. Ernest Heather finished P12. Johnny Geldenhuis finished 4th. Peter Geldenhuis finished P5. Jacques Potgieter finished P6. Mike McGeer finished P7. Leon finished P8. Willie Van Wyck finished P9. Brendan Gryasel finished P10. Janine Glad finished 11th. Chantal de Jager finished P12. The race session is at 2009 layout in Nuremberg, Germany. The wind speed is 12 km/h from the north-northeast. Peter Grobler is first. Rainier Leach from South Africa is P2. James Leach JNR from South Africa is third. Johnny Geldenhuis from Italy is fourth. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is P5. Jacques Potgieter from Namibia is P6. Mike McDeer from Ireland is 7th. Race start. Janine Glad from South Africa is 11th. Peter Geldenhuis in SPO LRS is P5. Janine Glad is 11th. Rainier Leach is P2. Rainier Leach is now P4. James Leach JNR in Grundigkehr is 5th, 0.2 behind Rainier Leach. Brendan Gryesel from South Africa is P10, 0.3 behind Janine Glad. Peter Grobler is P2, 0.2 ahead of Johnny Geldenhuis. Peter Geldenhuis is 3rd. Peter Geldenhuis is now 2nd. Johnny Geldenhuis in Grundigkehr is P3, 0.3 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Janine Glad is 9th. Best lap is a 1:02.571. 0.548 off the fastest lap. Peter Geldenhuis is P2, 0.1 behind Peter Grobler. Mike McGeer is P6, 0.1 behind James Leach JNR. Mike McGeer is now 5th. Willy Van Wyck is 10th. Willy Van Wyck lost 11th to Chantal de Jager. Peter Geldenhuis in SCO LRS is P2, 0.4 behind Peter Grobler. Mike McGeer is 5th, 0.2 behind James Leach JNR. Janine Glad in Duitsendtikehr is 8th, 0.1 ahead of Jacques Potgieter. Jacques Potgieter is 8th, 0.1 behind Janine Glad. Mike McGeer is P5, 0.3 behind James Leach JNR. Jacques Potgieter is P8, 0.5 behind Janine Glad. Mike McGear is P5, 0.4 behind James Leach JNR. James Leach JNR is 4th, 0.2 behind Peter Grobler. Janine Blatt in Grundig is P7, 1.4 behind Jacques Pocchiater. Brendan Gryasel in SCO LRS is 9th, 0.5 ahead of Jacques Pocchiater. Wayne Mitten entering the pits is 16th. James Leach JNR is 4th, 0.1 behind Mike McGear. Brendan Gryasel is P9, 0.2 behind Jacques Pocchiater. Brendan Gryasel is now 5th. Peter Grobler is P10, 0.2 behind Chantal de Jager. Brendan Gryasel in SCO LRS is P5, 0.3 behind Jacques Pocchiater. Janine Glad is 8th, 0.2 ahead of Leon. Brendan Gryasel in Dutzenteig is P5, 0.1 behind Rainier Leach. Brendan Gryasel is now P7. Leon is 8th. Leon is now 9th. Leon is now P11. Rainier Leach is P5, 0.6 behind Jacques Pocchiater. James Leach JNR in Dutzenteig is 7th. Peter Grobler is 7th, 0.3 behind James Leach JNR. Rainier Leach is 5th. Best lap is a 1:01.566. 0.191 off the fastest lap. Peter Grobler is 7th, 0.8 behind James Leach JNR. Rainier Leach from South Africa is P5 battling Jacques Pocchiater. Peter Grobler in SCO-LRS is P7, 0.5 behind James Leach JNR. Rainier Leach from South Africa in Dutsentijk is P5, 0.4 ahead of Jacques Potgieter. Janine Glad is 12th, 0.4 behind Leon. Peter Grobler in Grundig is 7th, 0.4 behind James Leach JNR. The leader has just finished the race. Peter Gelden was finished P1. Mike McGeer finished P2. Mike McGeer finished 2nd. Ernest Heather finished 23rd. Johnny Gelden was finished 3rd. Rainier Leach finished 4th. Jacques Potgieter finished P5. James Leach JNR finished 6th. Peter Grobler finished P7. Chantal de Jager finished 8th. Brendan Gryasel finished 9th. Willie Van Wyck from Namibia finished P8. Janine Glad finished P9. Leon from South Africa finished 8th.